Even after viral videos of people getting injured jumping off the Sunset Cliffs, that's not stopping them. I have more on why police and fire are increasing enforcement.
A major fire concern for people living in Del Cerro. Dozens of dead palm trees. So who's responsible? We're working for you to get answers.
CBS 8 and Rady Children's Hospital are working for kids to bring a resident canine therapy program to the hospital, and you can help.
Despite a viral video of a teenager getting hurt in a jump from Sunset Cliffs, our news team is finding that people are still taking that risk. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
And I'm Steve Price in tonight for Carlos. San Diego police tell News 8 they are issuing citations and warnings to cliff jumpers as officers try to keep people out of danger. News 8's Alex Cheney joins us now live from Sunset Cliffs with more. Alex.
Yeah, Steve, it's been a very busy day here at Sunset Cliffs. We've had lots of jumpers. I've seen lifeguards. The police have come by and also the fire department as well. And it's all because of this. So actually the police came by within the last 10, 15 minutes or so and cleared everybody out. So there's just a few people left on the cliffs here because they're all concerned of what could be a dangerous act of jumping off those cliffs. Here's more. Even after a viral video showed a young cliff jumper sustain serious injuries, people are still climbing to the edge of the Sunset Cliffs and jumping in. While we were at the Sunset Cliffs this afternoon, lifeguards came by and warned jumpers of the danger. And then minutes later, jumped right back in. You know it's kind of not okay. You still do it?
Yeah.
San Diego police say officers have issued 18 citations to cliff jumpers this summer, along with more than 300 warnings. The San Diego Municipal Code prohibits jumping from any natural or man-made point on land that is more than 5 feet above the water.
No, it's pretty scary. This is my first time, though. I've never done it.
How do you feel?
It was fun.
San Diego Fire Rescue says it has also increased lifeguard staffing at Sunset Cliffs to help respond more quickly when emergencies happen.
I've never seen anybody try to scale the wall to come back up. I think if you're gonna do it, you should know the way to do it and know what you're gonna do, how to get out, stuff like that, and not be an idiot.
Lifeguards say hidden rocks, changing tides, strong surf, and unpredictable currents can turn a single jump into a tragic rescue. So what I've seen today is there'll be groups of teenagers getting ready to jump, and then the fire department comes by, they leave, they come back. The police department just came here a few minutes ago, as I said, and they haven't come back just yet. Of course, this is a big issue. We saw some of those really terrible crashes of people falling into the cliffside and then the rescues from it as everybody here in the city is trying to get a handle on this. Back over to you.
I mean, Alex, the thing here is that video went viral. So people have seen it. They know how dangerous it is. And yet they keep doing it. It does seem like the only thing maybe is for police and lifeguard to be out there, you know, full time, writing tickets or something, because somebody is going to get seriously hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could be. We saw the fire department was stationed out here for maybe just a few minutes before they took off, Steve. I did talk to some of the teenagers out here. All of them have seen this video. Unfortunately, it kind of makes it cool to them. So the city's really going to have to do more to end this.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is dangerous, though. Alex, thank you very much for the update there. All right, our coast might be where people living in the mountains and deserts consider heading to get some relief from the heat.
Just don't jump off those cliffs. It is illegal. Meteorologist Sean Stiles in tonight for Carlene with more on the impact from the high heat. Sean?
Yeah, you know, we've really seen a little bit of a break along the coastline. That's why the National Weather Service has taken down the heat advisory for the coastal strip and the inland areas. However, that onshore flow is not making its way into the mountains and certainly not into the desert. So we continue to see the heat advisory in the mountains from the foothills up into the mountains, and then once you get over the ridge line there and drop down into the desert, it goes into an extreme heat warning. What's really problematic about this is how long it's extended for. We're talking about until Saturday at 8 p.m. in both locations. So very, very hot out there. Looking at your current temperatures, Palomar Mountain's still at 86 degrees, Mount Laguna 85, and it's 111 in the deserts here at 6 o'clock at night. And the forecast for tomorrow's temperatures, we're talking about mid-90s in Julian, 110 in the Borrego Springs area. Still toasty in the inland areas, but nowhere near the threshold. I'll have your complete forecast in just a bit.
Thanks so much, Sean. And you can get our latest weather alerts plus an extended forecast on our CBS 8 streaming app. Just download on your phone or your TV and watch for free.
A 37-year-old man is under arrest tonight, accused of first-degree arson in connection to one of several fires burning right now in Washington state. Aaron Farinacci made his first court appearance today, where a judge ordered he remain in custody. Investigators say a witness saw him near where that fire started.
He was found to be in possession of some waterproof matches, and this is all in public documents. So, a box that should have had 25 matches in it, seemed to be 10 or 11 matches short. A butane lighter and a pack of cigarettes, things that could be very easily used to start a fire.
Meanwhile, firefighters are still working to contain the fires in and around Spokane. Officials say they have burned about 8 square miles and forced the evacuation of more than 60,000 people. Hundreds of buildings out there have been destroyed, but despite the devastation, some good news. There have been no reports of any major injuries or deaths.
Equipment from Southern California Edison is what started the deadly Eaton fire in the Los Angeles area last year. That's according to a new report from the LA County Fire Department. Investigators say electrical arcing from an out-of-service transmission tower sparked the flames. Fueled by fierce Santa Ana winds, the Eaton fire killed 19 people and destroyed or damaged more than 9,000 homes and businesses. It burned about 14,000 acres. The utility company has already been sued by hundreds of people who were impacted by the fire. A spokesperson for SoCal Edison says it has received the report and is reviewing it, adding its heart is with the Altadena community and will continue to support recovery and rebuilding efforts. Some of California's biggest utility companies are now lobbying for new laws to protect themselves after wildfires.
Tom Wade explains what this could mean.
A showdown in Sacramento over wildfires and California's biggest for-profit electric companies. With just weeks to go until this year's legislative session ends, electric companies are spending a record amount on lobbying to get new laws passed that would limit their liability in future fires. Fire victims and consumer watchdog groups are sounding an alarm.
This year, all 3 utilities are doing just fine. They're making big profits. They have big rate hikes. They got a lot of money in the bank. So they have to spend this money on lobbying to convince legislators they're in trouble, because they're not in trouble.
If you're going to protect anyone, protect us, Eaton fire survivors, not the perpetrators of catastrophic fires.
You don't have to lose your home to be hurt by wildfire.
The electric companies also launched this public campaign called Wildfire Victims First, trying to convince the public that California needs new laws that limit how much attorneys can sue for after fires.
And the worst part is, in public, they're not even talking publicly to the media. They're talking through this group called Wildfire Victims First, which is funded 100% by the utilities.
A spokesperson for Wildfire Victims First in a statement said this about Consumer Watchdog. It should come as no surprise that they are trying to protect a system that prioritizes trial attorneys over wildfire victims. Fire survivors worry lawmakers and the governor are meeting behind closed doors to discuss protections for the utilities, but no one in Sacramento will confirm that on the record.
I have not been subject to a quote-unquote lobbying campaign.
Democratic Assemblyman John Harbedian represents Altadena. He says he's not aware of any pending legislation that would provide bailouts or any other new protections for the utility companies, but much can change in the final few weeks.
I do think that my approach is we need to put wildfire victims and survivors first. We need to make sure that everyone who is affected by the Eaton or the Palisades fire is made whole.
If you want to change wildfire liability policy, well then, do it openly.
The woman accused of killing her wife, CAL FIRE Captain Rebecca Marodi, is now pleading guilty to second-degree murder. Yolanda Marodi entered the plea in El Cajon court today. This is actually a video of her from her last court appearance back in February. The 53-year-old fatally stabbed Rebecca last February. Then she ran to Mexico, where she was arrested a month later. Investigators say Rebecca told Yolanda that she was leaving her about a week before the murder. Yolanda is now facing 36 years to life in prison at her sentencing, which is scheduled for next month. It is National Night Out, and police departments all across San Diego County are throwing open their doors for a night of fun, education, and public safety.
News 8's Steffi Roche joins us live from the Robert Egger Senior South Bay Recreation Center, and that is where San Diego Police Department's Southern Division is hosting its event. Steffi, sounds like there's a lot of activity happening behind you. What's it like out there?
Well, the party is alive. The South Bay is alive tonight. There's booths, there's people dancing over here, there's music, there's food, and just a little while ago, there was even a community walk. Now, some background, National Night Out, it's an annual community building campaign that promotes police community partnerships and neighborhood camaraderie to make neighborhoods safer, more caring places to live. It's held annually on the first Tuesday in August, and the goal of the event is to create a safer community by building strong connections between residents and law enforcement. I spoke with a community relations officer with SDPD about the importance of this event.
It is critical to have a night where there's a positive vibe, everyone's having a great time, and those are the times that you can really get to the real conversations between each other, real genuine questions that they have in a low-stress environment like this.
And local leaders are here speaking as well, including Mayor Todd Gloria, and our very own Esmeralda Perez was the MC tonight. And I'm going to have more on this event tonight at 9 and 11 in my full report. But for now, reporting live from the South Bay, I'm Steffi Roche, News 8.